Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Something big is heading towards Earth. Look how big that thing is. That is massive. The sun is active. A powerful X-class flare aimed at Earth. Another major eruption. Earth directed with 2 CMEs already inbound and possibly a third. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. All right, so Aurora alert. Sun fires off 2 colossal X flares as multiple CMEs race towards Earth. Now, geomagnetic storm conditions are possible November 10th through November the 12th. All right, we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Once again, give this video a like. And boy, that was a massive blast. And it's not over. Now, this could also impact our satellites, power grid. You see the picture on the right, the video on the right? So, again, it could impact the GPS, radio signals. That is a huge blast. I mean, that was like almost bigger than the sun. All right, so solar activity has kicked into high gear already this week, with 2 powerful X-class solar flares erupting from active region AR4274 on one on November 9th and another one early today, November 10th. Each potentially firing coronal mass ejection towards Earth. The November 9th eruption, an X1.7 flare that peaked around 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time, produced a strong radio blackout and an Earth-directed CME expected to impact around November 11th through the 12th. Now, the CME is also following, the CME is following close behind an earlier eruption from November 7th, which may graze Earth today, November the 10th. Together, the events have prompted NOAA to issue a G1 minor geomagnetic storm watch for November 10th and a G2 moderate watch for November 11th through the 12th. Now, these levels can impact satellites. Here we go. It could impact satellites and power system and can help boost auroras across northern United States. So multiple states could see the auroras from New York to Idaho, as well as parts of northern Europe. Give me 1 second here, guys. I want to play this video really quick here. All right, so that was quick. Okay, so it says here, but that's not all. Space weather forecasters and aurora chasers are keeping a close watch on the aftermath of a second blast, a second X flare from the same region just this morning, November the 10th, which unleashed another CME towards Earth. The flare measured as an X1.2 eruption, peaking around 4:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Man. Huge, symmetrical, full halo CME from the X1.2 flare, an AR4274. This one is headed directly at us. This is a big one. Chances for a major geomagnetic storm this week are rising rapidly. All right, so there's a possibility. Again, satellite, we could see possibly maybe a blackout. And I do believe blackout happens near like South America, like Antarctica region. Boom! X1.2 long duration flare from AR 4274 coronal dimming indicates another significant CME. Now, I'm going to leave this link in the description box. Make sure you check out the news article. It has a lot of stuff in here, guys. A lot of good stuff. It says at least 2 CMEs are en route to Earth. One from November 7th, which could brush past today, and another from November 9th, X1.7 flare, expected to arrive around November 11 through the 12th. A third, potentially larger CME linked to this morning, November 10th, X1.2 flare is now under analysts. Space weather forecasters are reviewing new coronagraph imagery from NASA's SOHO and Stereo spacecraft to determine its speed and trajectory. As such, forecast and geomagnetic storm alerts may be updated accordingly. Now, early modeling suggests the CME will impact Earth on November the 12th. Whoops. Give me a second here, guys. Wow, that is brutal. Man. It says here, impressive. That was today. That was today. All right, so let's go back. Give me a second here. So what's an X flare? A solar flare is a sudden intense burst of energy from the sun caused by the sudden release of magnetic energy in an active sunspot region. These outbursts send radiation and charged particle hurling into space and can disrupt communications on Earth. If the flare erupts from an Earth-facing sunspot. Now, X-class solar flares are the most powerful category of flares. The number that follows the X indicates its strength, with each step representing a coupling in power, meaning an X2 flare is twice as strong as an X1. All right, so I want to go back and see if we can find some more news here, guys. But this is a big breaking news. Signs of the heavens. Now, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's not going to be all that, guys. Give me a second here. So yesterday was the X1.7 solar flare erupts from Earth-facing region. CME impact expected on November 11th. That's going to be tomorrow. That is going to be tomorrow. But the Aurora alert, I will keep an update on that one there. But this is a bombshell news here. We are seeing back to back to back. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Big shout out to Michael. Mr. MBB333 is putting out a lot of info here. Once again, people are feeling it. Pressure, ringing ears, restless sleep, energy shift. The sun is active. Stay grounded. To be honest, I'm not feeling it yet, but I live here in Florida. But those in the northern part might be feeling it. They're gonna see the auroras. Hold on, give me a second. 3 hours ago. Hold on, 3 hours ago. Earth is reacting, and so are we. Give me a second here. The powerful X-flare unleashed a long proton storm now flooding Earth atmosphere. Jeez. It's hitting Africa. Remember I told you guys that it's mostly like Antarctica and South America? It's not too far from it, but this one here is the continent of Africa. It seems like that's the region that's going to be seeing some outage. All right, so I'm still looking for more information here, guys. But again, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, share the video if you can. I wonder if solar flare does anything with tectonic plates. Give me a second here. So no, solar flares do not cause earthquake. All right, they don't cause any earthquake. But again, when it's the moon and the sun and certain like distance and gravitational pull shift, that could do a high tide and low tide stuff. But when it comes to solar flare, again, yeah, it doesn't cause any earthquake. But again, I think for me, solar flare, what it does, it just gives people a headache, and then people just start yawning and tired and stuff like that. But it's also impact the satellites, and we do have the astronauts up in space, and you know they get to see all that. So that's like incoming hit. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else here. Solar flare. Let me see. Give me a second here. Once again, the major X1.2 solar flare erupts from region 4274, producing fast CME. The big one is this one here. All right, so... Oh, give me a second here. Let me see how many states going to see the Aurora. Northern Lights. I'm sorry, guys. Advertisement is all over the place. Northern Lights forecast 9 states. Okay, so 9 states might view Aurora Borealis tonight. And it's going to look like that in certain areas. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. The Northern Lights are expected to be visible across the northern United States Monday night tonight. as space weather forecasters with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicts light geometric activity over the next 3 days. All right, it's going to be tonight. Let me see, what's the state that's going to see it? Is it... Ah, okay, hold on, give me a second here. So it's mostly the northern state. You have like... Yeah, it's way up there, the north. Canada is going to see it. Alaska is going to see it. And then you have Greenland, all those areas. Barely America. They're just going to get a tip of it. Okay, so these are the states. So the northern lights will have the best chance of being seen as far north as possible, but NOAA's predicted view line for Thursday covers parts of Washington, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Maine. That's what I'm saying. It's mostly like way up there north. Way up there. All right. So that's all of it. So I'm going to leave this 2 links article in the description box. But once again, major blasts from the sun. There are signs of the heavens taking place right now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Till next time later. Peace.